I'm Kev.
And I'm Steve.
And we're from the internet.
Want to get every episode of We're From The Internet at least a day earlier than the iTunes and Stitcher folk? Head over to we'refromtheinternet.com/pledge to support us on Patreon, and as well as early access, we'll throw in an exclusive weekly show just for our patrons too.
Hi Kev, hi Steve, it's Rich Birch here. If you had 2 hours left to live, but were otherwise in really good health, what would you do with the time?
The amount of times we've talked about Rich Birch and how he's got a beautiful voice for radio, and now he's spoilt it with shoddy production standards.
I know his team were away that day and he was just doing it in the rain.
I know that's probably a little rich coming from us, but was he on a boat or something there, do we think?
He's probably on his yacht,
Bungee jumping.
Have you noticed all of his questions, like what would you do if you had very little time to live?
Yeah, I assume this man is plotting to kill us and wants to know which way we're most uncomfortable with. It's basically a how do you want to die questionnaire.
Maybe he's making sure when he euthanises us, he does it in a pleasant and happy way.
Or it could be that he's not happy with all the other answers we give, because every time we give him an answer, it's, we'll try and find a cure. So he's now given us such a small time frame that realistically, if you've got 2 hours to live, you'd be mad to waste that 2 hours trying to find a cure, wouldn't you? I imagine you'd still try and find a cure for 2 hours, wouldn't you?
I'd probably spend 20 minutes Googling it.
You'd spend that whole time... You'd start Googling that and you'd end up on a Wikipedia maze marathon, and you'd die, you'd take your last breath reading about Cheryl Cole on Wikipedia. I know your game. Yeah,
after I'd kind of given up on that thought, I think I'd probably just put a film on with my family or something. I don't know. What else can I do? Got an hour and 40 minutes left to live after I've Wikipedia'd it. I'd probably glance at my iPad a little bit during the film.
What film could you possibly watch, knowing it's going to be the last thing you ever do? Firstly, you couldn't watch any modern superhero movie because they're all too long.
I'd probably stick Land Before Time or Lion King on with the kids.
You've seen it, you're at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
So you wouldn't...
I'd keep pointing at Littlefoot's mum or Simba's dad and going, that'll be you kids in an hour. Look how they deal with the problem. They both become kings or leaders of
I need to know how I'm going to die. Because if I'm in good health, if I'm in good enough health to do whatever I want to do, I don't really get how you can be so precise.
Kev-seeking meteorite.
What, so everyone's going to die in 2 hours? Because that's different.
No, it's just a small meteorite.
Because, again, that's different. If everyone's going to die, that's different from if I'm going to die. And I can't see a plausible reason why, being in good health, I know I'm going to die in exactly 2 hours' time.
Well, what if it's 2 o'clock and you get a text saying someone's going to assassinate you at 4?
Then I'd hide. I'd spend the next 2 hours and 10 minutes hiding. Gets to 4:10, I win, come out of hiding, problem solved.
Well, they'll say someone's going to kill you at 4, if you're not there, they're going to take out your kids.
Where are they going to take them? Take them out for dinner.
I don't know, some sort of thing that would make whatever would force you to stand up like a man and
I'd spend those 2 hours with my children in protected custody, I imagine.
Yeah, but they'll just go up the chain until I suppose there's someone you don't care about, or you can't fit everyone in a room.
Yeah, they'll just throw me your corpse. And I'll say, you got to do better than that, lads. I'm here behind this bulletproof glass with all my family, and do what you want to him now you've killed him. Just, as you can see, no hair on that one. Show me his shoulders. He's always refused to show me his shoulders. Now he's a corpse. Just lift up his shirt. I want to see if he's got hairy shoulders. I have a theory that his shoulders are as hairy as underneath his ear. And this is now my time to find out.
I imagine it will all come off the second I die.
What,
I'll be so petrified of death that all my hair will fall out.
Depends how you die. But it's just a shot to the back of the head. You don't even know it's coming.
Make me jump enough.
Depends if you've had the 2 hour warning, I suppose. Are we both going to die in 2 hours? Or because I could spend the 2 hours... If it's someone who's just coming to get me, I could spend the 2 hours convincing you, not telling you that there's going to be any kind of assassination, just wouldn't it be fun if we dressed up as each other? I'd spend 2 hours convincing you.
You could just go on the internet and get any of the many Kev lookalikes to just pretend to be you.
Yeah, anyone with glasses and beard. Which, for some reason, you're the only person with glasses and beard who doesn't look like me. It's bizarre. Every other glasses and beard person in the universe looks exactly like me. You don't look like any of them because you've got that weird circular head comb-over dealy going on. I've never seen anyone pull off a comb-over with a pair of spectacles before. It's unusual. Normally, and again, the comb-over doesn't normally go over the beard because people who care enough to comb over, they care enough to shave.
You're telling me I'm pulling it off, though? You said I made it work.
Well, you've got... It's wavy and curly on the sides at the moment. Yeah. You're getting closer to the Hulk Hogan look. I've spent too much of this episode gazing sideways at you as well. It's making me... I'm feeling uncomfortable about my own behaviour.
Right, well, 2 hours left to live.
Learn to skateboard again. Because I could skateboard. I suspect I might not be able to now.
See, I'm just trying to think. There's no films I'd want to watch. What else can you do in 2 hours? I don't want to learn to skateboard.
Get absolutely hammered so you don't know what's coming.
I wonder if I could fake my own death and then avert them.
Again, you're assuming that it's an assassination. It could be I don't know, they can switch off your life support machine, I don't know. But then you're not ill. Bed. The question doesn't make sense. It's fundamentally flawed, Mr. Birch. I'm not having it. It's I don't know.
It was unavoidable that the Grim Reaper himself was just waiting there.
He doesn't exist.
But if he was...
I'd challenge him to a duel. Trial by combat.
Chess.
No, because I haven't played chess for years. I'll challenge him to a heads-up game of poker. And
but I'm sure if you challenged him to a game of chess and then just took a long time to take your moves...
What, your game plan here is to outlive the Grim Reaper?
Well, no.
Taking that long over your game of chess?
I'm not going to outlive him unless he just sits at his chair while I...
Yeah, he's just going to sit there waiting for you.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Yeah, I'll move one of my pawns forward to start the game, and then I'll just go, we're back in the
just go to work.
Then, yeah, that's it. I'm gone.
Carry on with your life, and he's not going to come looking for you. Will you pop back every now and again so he knows that you're not up to any shenanigans?
See, I'd assume for someone who lives forever, time goes really quick for him.
Does he live forever? I assumed he was dead forever.
Well, he's there forever. I imagine time has no real meaning to him, so I'll just drift in and out. He's probably going to have to nip in and out to kill other people as well.
Yeah.
Because the whole world just stops dying because I'm engaged in a battle of wits playing chess with the Grim Reaper.
The whole world would be after you then if everyone stopped dying. For a little while, people would think, yay, no one's dying. All hail Sheepdog, what a hero.
I probably wouldn't tell him it was me because I've seen Torchwood.
10 years later, when there's still no one dying, you've ruined the world, then they'd kill you to spark it all off again. If the Grim Reaper is occupied playing chess... Could I shoot you in the face and you not die from it?
I'd probably have a big hole in my face, which wouldn't be very nice.
I think it'd be quite the improvement.
But, yeah, I wonder why no one else has tried engaging him in a game of chess to get out of dying.
Because he's not real, probably, would be the main reason.
I wonder if he's not real, what are we worried about?
Well, normal death, as opposed to pretend comic book death, you moron.
I wouldn't be too fast, I think. I'd just take it as it came. If I'm told I've got 2 hours, I think I'd just... see what the family wanted to do.
I think I'm just going to get hammered, and then see if the problem is it could all be a trick, and then I haven't had a hangover for 15 years. If I get drunk knowing that I'm going to die, and I don't have to worry about the hangover, then I wake up with a hangover. I'm probably going to be more upset than if I was dead.
I think I'd be ringing around like, George R.R. Martin, how does Game of Thrones end?
What? You couldn't get his phone number in those 2 hours.
I've got his agent's email address. I think I could probably get his number.
I think that's a waste of 2 hours trying to get hold of some old man's phone.
No, I'd have him
you could write your own ending for it.
I'd probably find out how the Marvel franchise were going to end their films.
They don't end. They'll just keep going. And then eventually... they'll get to a point where people stop going and then they'll reboot it. It'll never end. They'll never close off a story arc. That people will just lose interest and they'll start again.
I don't think there's any other programmes I'd care that much about the end of, or books.
Our books. That's it. You'd have to write the ending of our books. I just want the last scene of every book idea we've ever had, and I'll fill in the gaps after you're dead. Yeah, you can just
get the characters there. That sounds perfect.
Yeah, sorted. Want to get your question answered on a future episode of We're From The Internet? Head over to we'refromtheinternet.com/question. Tweet your questions at Kevin Steve, email kevinsteve@gmail.com, or post them at facebook.com/KevinSteve, or even leave them in the comments for this episode.